Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see that I have visitors. Thank you for joining me. Got 2 likes already. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you too in the house. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tonight we're just going to. Whoa! Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me, Miss Marva. Welcome. Thank you. Hey, my manager, how are you? Good night, Bev Brown. Thank you for joining. Thank you, guys. So great to see us. Tonight, I just want to talk about our new norms, some of the new norms, not all of them, because I don't know all of them, but just some of them that we are facing now that COVID happened and went away. Oh my goodness, it's great. Thank you. I'm watching you with the pumpkins, Miss Marva, and I have to tell you that my pumpkin died. The cold came on and it just killed the entire patch. I mean, that's the hardships up north. It just died. I was going to do a video of it up there, the tree just wilted and the little pumpkin just sat there. Everything burnt up. Oh, Bev Brown. Thank you, Bev Brown. Thank you. I am so thankful that, like these dresses I had bought and they're just sitting. And then I start losing the weight and feel like it's so comfy to be in them. They're fitting. Look at this. I have space in them. I bought them and tonight I laughed because I pulled the tag off the back and I'm so thankful. Yeah, it's too cold here. It's too cold here, Miss Marva. So we really, if we don't get our crops in by September, early October, then there's nothing there. My husband, he brought in so much tomatoes. We freeze some of them and we just use some regular, but it's the winter. I know. I'm not gonna just get off camera for it. This is the winter. The weather changes and your eyes cry for no reason. But it's the norm. It's the normal thing. So we just enjoy it and keep moving. Um, I was gonna wait a little bit for a couple more people, but you know what? I thank those of you who are already here. And so I'm going to, it's now 20 minutes after 8, actually. So thanks for being here with me this evening. And as I said, as you look at the title, it says we're talking about some of the new norms since COVID happened. Before COVID, people were just doing what they do, going to work. Kids were coming into school. People were just going where they needed to go, put up with just put up with the different aggravations. You go to work. Sometimes you don't get along with people, but you're there. You're taking the long commutes, but you have to get to work. So you sit on the train for hours, or you're driving in traffic for hours, and you're stressed out and you're frustrated, but you just keep going because it's your job. It pays the bills, it takes care of the children. And so you kept going. And then COVID, kids were just coming to school. Parents get up, they send the kids off. Here comes where the babysitters for these children. And so with us there, parents can get to go to school, to work, and that's how it was. Then COVID happened, and it just changed everything. It just changed so much. Again, one of the things before COVID, people were in the gyms, they were losing weight, they were keeping fit and trim, they were doing what they need to do. And then COVID came and find up all of a sudden people are stuck inside. They can't go anywhere. People are working from home. The children are there. They've become parents become teachers for their children. Parents start confessing how hard the teacher's job was. They didn't understand it until now they had to deal with it. And so it was back then during COVID. And then COVID passed. And yes, we have some little things going on, of little things that are coming up, but we are here. And one of the things that is happening now, the new norm, is that people are not ashamed anymore to talk about their mental health. People are willing to just talk about it. They are going through things and they're not pretending anymore. Before COVID, people were pretending that all is well and, this is how things are. Then COVID happened and the struggles became real. So today, mental health is an open topic. It's the new norm. People are talking about their disability. They're talking about their anxieties. They're talking about their fears. They're talking about the things that are preventing them or keeping them up at nights. Many who worked online, they are stressed out because they miss the human contact. Because a lot of times when we're going through things, having a human there to rely on, having a human there to just sometimes some people just walk up to you and say, "Oh, I think you need a hug today." And that hug changes a lot for you. And then when COVID happened, we were just thrown apart from everything. So when we open up, yes, everything became obvious. Then let's look at education and how, blessings, Mama, and how education suffered and what the new normal is for education. During COVID, education met one of the greatest blows, right? Because suddenly and without warning, again, I said parents had to become educators quickly. They had no preparation. They had to experience what teachers went through daily. Many children did no work and fell behind. Some were happy because there were less distractions and fights and put downs and all the chaos that happens in the campuses. At home during COVID, they felt safe. But there were those who wanted to be with their friends. They wanted to see their friends, touch their friends, play with their friends. And then finally the school doors opened. And there was no sense of let us prepare them for what they went through. The doors were open and it seems like nothing happened and it was business as usual. We had to get into curriculum. We had to get into all the norms that we used to get into before COVID. But the norms has changed. And with that change, we see more mental health kids, so many more things to work with, so much to work with. Because now we have to understand that it's different. So many changes that have taken a toll on school administrators, teachers, students, and even parents. New norms are that majority of our students suffer greatly, and now the gap is hard to fill. New vaccinations became a new normal. Some embrace them, like in the days of chickenpox, and other breakouts. More children suffering, as I said, from mental health issues, which were not addressed properly when school doors reopened and students were just ushered back into buildings and again, textbooks thrown at them. So coming back to school should have provided some hands-on activities, group activities, meetings with teachers, just a few months of rebuilding and encouraging. Now the new normal is accept failure. They're telling us now we got to pass them. We have to make sure that they go on to the next grade level, even though they're not ready. You have 60 kids in a classroom and only five can do work in a not a classroom but in a grade level, and only five can do work. But what are you going to do? You have to still teach, and you still have to provide support, and you still have to keep moving them. So that's the new norm. Kids cannot write, kids cannot do basic math because all of that was missed during COVID. They didn't have teachers next to them to keep pushing. They didn't have the support they needed, and they just gave up. And so now they come in 2 years of missed work, 2 years of missed support and guidance and strategies gone. And the new norm is, oh, well, they're COVID. And so it's business as usual. Now, let's look at the new normals when it comes to the new norms when it comes to working. People love, love, love now to work from home. It's a big deal, right? Even though some gain weight from just sitting at the computer, working for hours. I remember I said when my son's company they were opening up and inviting people to come in, and they shared a story with me of one of the workers who asked them, "Are we gonna get COVID? Are we gonna get money to go shop for new outfits?" Because you all know, sitting at home during COVID, we gained the weight, and so that it became a norm. People did gain a lot of weight just sitting home and just clicking on the computers, but little bit of activities, movement, and all that. So even though they gain the weight, they don't mind at all. But also, when you look at childcare expenses, right? Being at home allows them to take care of their children and get the work done. So they're saving on childcare expenses. What about the commuting? Hours they used to sit angry, sometimes frustrated, when traffic backed up and they have to just sit there. The gas bills that they're saving, the tolls, um, the work clothing. When you have to go out there, you have to forget all these different attires to be there. But now at home, they're just wearing the casual attire and it's fine. Um, you have the new norm of the teleconferencing, the Zoom meetings. Beautiful. They love that. Sometimes when they're working from home, they could be anywhere in the world as long as they have Wi-Fi, clicking, and they're getting the work done. A lot of employers had feared that with the working from home, that productivity would have dropped, but it was not so. People love to work from home, and so they're making sure that the work gets done. Um, some employers are not even happy to call them back into the buildings because people working from home, for them now, it's that they're saving on light bills, they're saving on water bills, they're saving on maintenance people, custodians coming in to clean. They're saving a lot with people working from home. So those are some of the new norms. When you talk about warming the buildings, even the coffee and all of that they had to provide. And I think sometimes, like when you think about it, that you're working from home, you have to find the Wi-Fi. The employers are saving a lot. I think that's why they are so happy that people are willing to work from home. But also, I said it's a catch-22 because if you work from home, you also benefit. So now the new norms, technology is the talk of the day. Online schooling, right? Because through technology, more shopping online to be delivered right to your doorstep. More, again, working from home meetings online. We talk about churches. A lot of churches who went online are still offering services online. Now, even my brother, when they in their church, you can join them online. I'm visiting churches in Jamaica. I'm you know, I'm worshiping with churches in Jamaica. And because of the technology, you can talk to them, you can leave comments in the chats, you can interact with them. Now you talk about funerals. My one of my aunts, she passed away during COVID, and thank God for Zoom. We were all able to participate. And so we see that even though COVID is not around anymore, people are using YouTube and Zoom to make sure that family members near and far can participate in the process in real time. So when you look at all these changes going on, and so technology is just going, is just taking over, and that is part of the new norm that we have to accept and appreciate. Sometimes you're talking to people and they say, "No, I don't like, social media. I don't like this. I don't like that." Yes, son. Hi, Gia. Hi, Grayson. Go join Grandma Live. Go join Grandma Live. I'm sorry, guys, the kids just call the grandkids just now. Not bad. So when we look at all these, when we look at the way things are going, it's like, for me, I got on YouTube during COVID, and it has done a lot for me. I have gained a lot of confidence in speaking to people. I have, it has just allowed me to share my thoughts, and to encourage and to do so much more than if I had not been a part of this whole platform. So many people are saying, oh, they don't want to be in it, they don't want their names out there, they don't want to interact at all with it. But this is the new norm. And so I'm just saying, in time, we all have to be part of it. Because I remember when the days were that we worked and we get a paycheck, and we could go deposit it, or we could go to the check cashing place. We could do what we want to do with that check. And then they start saying, to save themselves money, they say, well, everybody must have an account to have a direct deposit. A direct deposit means that if you have put in your hours and they were short in paying you, unlike when we were picking up paper checks and they would say, if you get here by 3, we can cut you a check. With the direct deposit, you got to wait for the next one because everything is done electronically. So they're not going to cut you any checks. Then you're going to have to wait for the next pay period. But just back then, when you would get a check and it was okay, and then they said you have to have an account, we see that nobody's cutting checks. I don't know if their companies doing it, but many, many companies are doing direct deposit. So we have to get on board, otherwise we're going to be left behind. So it only takes a matter of time, and it's better sooner than later, because the longer we wait is the farther behind we're going to get. Luckily, we have children who understand these things, and we need to get involved with them and let them teach us how to use this technology, because it is quite obvious. As I said in one video, with the AI taking over, you go to kiosk, now you're flying out, you go to kiosk. It's not counters where you have people dressed in nice uniforms attending to you. You have to learn how to manage a kiosk. When we went to Jamaica, we got to Jamaica, it was just crazy. Thank God my daughter was there with me. And I am an avid person with technology, but thank God she was there. So we have to start learning, otherwise we're going to just stand there while the world passes us by. Right? You go into Walmart, usually you have rows of people standing there to serve, to check up your stuff and bag them up, and there you go. And they figured out quickly that less humans, more robots, people just check and go, pack your own bags and go. So they're saving money. So everywhere we go, supermarkets, again, self checkout, self checkout. Somebody was saying the other day that even CVS is now self-checking out. So it's going to be the way that everything goes. This is the norm, this is the norm. And we have to just roll with it. We can stay stuck in our past ways because this is where the world is running. And so we have to be on board. So tonight I wanted to just speak on that. And this topic, actually, I was talking to my son and I was asking him because they work from home, which was a blessing for my grandchildren because, they got everything. They got to see them grow up. They got to see them everything. When they said the first words, when they did the first step. I remember my son sent a video with little Gia when she dashed off. She was holding on till she finally just walked. But they were able to enjoy all those moments because they were given the opportunity to both work from home. So there's a lot of benefits to it. And so we can't fight. We have to understand them and work with them as we go along. There's so many jobs out there, graphic designers. Our own Mojo, she is going to school for that. Like today, two of my most interesting kids, they were not allowed to go for recess, but when they came to me, I had a conversation with them because one of the things I noticed when they came in is that they asked me for stuff to draw. And when I saw how beautifully the kids created stuff, I just stopped and had a good conversation with both of them. And I let them know you might not be great in arithmetic and all these things that we need from you, but look at how beautiful, look at the work that you're creating. And so this can allow you to become, I think that one said she wants to be a nail, whatever. And I say your art counts towards that. And as you can become graphic designers, you can do so much with your art. So keep on working on it. Just hold off with the bad behaviors. But I was so proud of them. We had a good, one-to-one conversation and just listening to them and just know that it's tough, but they're fighting through. So there are many opportunities out there. And that is why I said our curriculum has to kind of change so that it is including these pieces so that children can feel more powerful, more successful, because they do have a lot to offer. So tonight, that's my story with the new. And again, guys, I do the research. I pull the information up and make the connections to my experiences and conversations I've had with my son and his wife, um, and so we understand. We can understand that things have changed, and we have to change with it. So this is not just me. I spoke to my son is in his early 30s, along with his wife. So I was listening to people, to other people, not just my old head, but to younger people to see how they feel, what it was like to just being able to work from home and where it's going today. So thanks to Christopher, to Gil, Godly Gil, as he called himself, for this, and to Sherry for just joining in the conversation and having, talking about how things are for them working from home. So welcome to everyone. Oh, Godly Gil is here. Thank you for joining, son. So my grandchildren. My grandchildren calling me during the session. So thanks for joining, guys. I thank you. Thank you. Please drop the links for me. Marmar, thank you. And Marmar says affecting more young people. Continue to pray. Absolutely, Marmar. We have to, because a lot of kids came out and there's a lot of mental things that needs to be balanced. A lot of kids, they need that one-on-one conversation. They need that encouragement. They need it because so much was taken away from them during COVID. And we can't blame parents because most parents, all parents should want the best for their children. But sometimes depending on educational status, and people don't understand that even without education, the way we talk with the kids, the way we relate to them, it makes a big difference. We don't have to have big degrees in order to relate well to our children, to uplift them, to tell them you're proud of them, listen to them, and just let them know. Don't keep pressing on them and pressing them down, because it only become harder for them. But if we listen, and sometimes they will open up to us and be honest with us, have good conversations. There should be nothing, there should be no boundaries when it comes to having a good conversation with your children. Let them be able to talk to you about everything so that you can guide instead of them running out there to talk to people who might not lead them correctly. So, my son, thank you so much for your support. I think that is because you guys called me during the session. Thank you for your support, my son. Thank you. So thank you, Bev Brown, for being here. Thank you so much. Little J Plays, please drop your link, Little J Plays. Sophia, I see you. Thank you for being here. That's your cousin, Little J. That's Christopher. Thank you for your donation, son. Thank you. Later tonight, my people, we have 8 people here. So many marriage has been saved through a COVID, husband and wife who were too busy. That is so true, Bev Brown. That is so true. Many were saved, but as Little J says, a lot they were lost too, because with the way they were just on each other, and if they didn't have a great kind of a, not even great, but a decent relationship, they become quickly got on each other's nerves. And so we have to, as I said, we have to learn to appreciate people. When we decide to get into relationships, we have to know that people are different. And because they are different, when you marry someone, they're not going to be all that you want them to be. They're going to be different. So you have to be at that place that when they cough or they snore or they, whatever it is, that it's okay. That you're not scorning people and then you expect them, you only want them around because of what they're bringing in. You have to want the whole person around. A lot of us are making that mistake. We're only liking people for what they can do for us. But then if they touch you, then it's a hands off, and people will not want that kind of a relationship. You have to have a good friendship, open book friendship. And so when things change and something like COVID hit, it's okay to be around because you don't mind the jokes. You have jokes. You can have conversations. You can share, read something and share it. You can watch a video or whatever it is and say, oh, come watch this with me. You have to make those kind of things so. Otherwise, it's going to be hard. So yes, so a lot were lost, but a lot people came together and start seeing that it's necessary to have conversations, and we have nowhere to go but in here. What we're going to do? We better like one another and make it work. So thank you, and welcome everyone. I did see that the Charles came in tonight with us, and my son is here, and Marmar says yes, it's affecting them. It is definitely affecting them. And Bev Brown, okay. So let's look at the links, people. Just click on them, and Sophia is here. Thank you, Sophia, for dropping in, and I appreciate you. And Satara, thank you for joining, Satara. I am good. Good night. And the Charles line. Difficult conditions often provide opportunities to people. That is so true. You're right. You're so right. If they look at it that way, Miss Marva, If they look at it that way, a lot of people get angry and they don't look at the blessings that come out of so much. For me, I have to look at the blessings. I continue to work. But as I said before, one of the greatest blessings to me was the fact that my son and his wife was able to be home with the children. The cost for childcare today, it's so, oh my God, it is something to write home about. And then you can't even find places to take in kids. I saw one thing on the news last week where they were saying that what they're paying to these people is so little. They want them to have bachelor's degrees in order to become an early childhood person, but they're only paying them like $17 an hour. Who wants to have a bachelor's degree and sit out there making $17 an hour? You know, they want to be able to feed their children, pay back their student loans if they have them. So a lot of people would rather go to Amazon and work for $19, $20 an hour. And so there is a short, like such a shortage for childcare workers. It is not easy. So the pandemic happened, but I'm grateful because, as I said, Gia and Grayson, they were able to be there with the parent. My daughter-in-law got to breastfeed, and the kids have developed so nicely, and I'm grateful for that. So sometimes these things happen, and if we look for the blessings in it and not just the negatives, then we will be better yet. As I said, mental health, a lot of people were ashamed to say they're going through things. When COVID happened, and people were coming out, they were openly talking about how they feel, the depressions, the anxieties, the different things that was just impacting their lives. And so people now are not ashamed anymore. It is okay to talk about it. It's okay. Bev Brown, our own Bev Brown, is here, who she wasn't ashamed when she started her channel and she was building about our life stories, and she was talking about what she was going through. And even though I wasn't there, I would listen to her videos and just saw that it was really, really tearing her apart. And then thank God we made the good connection because I knew her from years ago. And I started encouraging her and encouraging her. And Bev Brown today, it is so good to hear her laugh. Sometimes when I say things and she just busts out laughing, it's good. She never used to laugh. She never went anywhere. She was just done. She gave up. And so again, this doesn't have to be our lives. The new norm, talk about it. Talk about it. Don't need to be ashamed of it. Talk about it. And so that somebody can say, listen, I've been there. Come, let's try this. Let's do this. Let's go have breakfast. Let's go have lunch. Let's just talk and try to see if we can uplift the spirit. So, yes, difficult conditions often provide opportunities. And so we see we have to take the opportunities and to grow. Yes, it's good communication, Sophia. Sometimes we think communication is not just opening the mouth and speaking, because sometimes we speak words that are hurtful and mean. But good communication, laughter, be a good listener. Sometimes we just want to do all the talking and we don't want to hear the people talk. So communication, good communication, it means that you're talking, I'm listening, I'm talking, you're listening, and we can come together to understand. We have to learn to speak sweet, kind words, because sometimes those words, when we speak them, they can be so bitter. And so all of that, when we look at the video and communication, and we have to look at it and say, yes, some people communicate, but how do they communicate? Putting people down, thinking that they're not good enough to listen to them, so they want to, so we have to make sure that the things we do, we're not perfect, but the things we do, we think of ourselves, how will I feel? And then if it's not going to feel good to me, then it's not going to feel good to somebody else. Yep, they were stressed before COVID, Sophia, and when COVID came, they became more stressed. So I even talk about the people who are struggling, the people who were struggling before COVID. And that is why I said those of us who have been blessed, we should not be selfish, but we try to support those who didn't have jobs, have children. Can you imagine a person who was just working at a call center in Jamaica and that closed? So they didn't have enough to be putting something away. And that clothes, and they have the children to feed, and they have still need light and stuff like that. And then people look at them, me master, me not take my money, get them body, me not do this, me not do that. We must do a little. We must do a little bit. It's not a good thing we get up, our bellies are full, we have enough to throw out, and we have people who, my God, they haven't even eaten. So those things did create a lot of stress on people. It really did create a lot of stress on people. And so we're just hoping that as we pull through and we start to see how things are different today, that we will just adjust and so that we can give ourselves a fair chance as we go forward. Don't sit in the lurch and say you're not doing, you know what, my name out, them, you know what, this and that. It's what it is. I look at life, I said, I'm not rich. I see people with thousand times better than myself, and they're out there doing their thing, and they're not afraid of anything. They're just doing and surviving. And yet we with nothing, we sit here instead of trying so we can change our positions. We sit talking about we're not doing this and I don't want my name out there and I don't want. We need to put our names out there. A lot of times, if Bev Brown didn't put her name out there, who would know that she would have been able to be running a soup kitchen? And by the way, guys, as we get to that soup kitchen thing, tonight I'll be dropping a video. I was working on it earlier, but I wanted to get my donors' names on the on the introduction piece. Um, but tonight I will be posting a video which will show the completion of the soup kitchen. Um, Bev Brown, she took it on herself to do the painting. Well, power to you, Bev Brown. So it's painted in a nice orange, I think that color is. I don't know if I think it's orange. The countertops are done, the floor is covered. And so Sunday, you will get a video with our first meal in what, I think 5 months now, because it took a while to just get the space ready. So we had stopped cooking just so that we could get the space done. So it's finished finally, my people. So tonight the video will come out. It is finished. And thanks to all of you who donated. Thank you so much for not giving up. Thank you for believing in this little project and to help us get it to the finish. Lady K from the UK, thank you so much. Yes, 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 little J, please. Yes, my own little niece Mojo. Bev Brown did the painting and it looks beautiful. So tonight, sometime tonight, I will be posting that video. Thank you to my aunt in Jamaica, Aunt Sybil. Thank you to my children who have just donated and donated somewhere. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you who have donated. AG, Maurice, Miss Clark, oh my God, Ernestine, so many of you, Miss Ruby, my colleagues, Sean, Dr. West, my principal, Dr. Crawford, my nurse at school, Miss Benjamin. Oh my God, so many of you who donated. We had a Reverend Sally who donated the other day. She donated $20. That helped to go down. I made up the monies that I got. I sent it down. So we got the paint, we got the linoleum for the kitchen and the countertop. And it feels good. And I thank God. And I said, no, we will continue to feed those who are in need because the need is truly great. And my son came on, look at me, $49.99, right? And that goes to my YouTube funds. And I have to be thankful to God for every blessing. So get up, guys. It's a new norm. Create a channel. Talk about your story. Talk about, share something that can help somebody. Don't sit and be ashamed, because being ashamed, you're the only one who's gonna sit there and hold it in and stress your life out. There's not You don't have to put everything out there on YouTube, but you can share parts of their story that can help somebody pick themselves up and start again. So tonight, all being well, we will send out a video. Um, yeah, we'll send out the video with the finished soup kitchen. So yes, Satara, a lot of kids, you see, kids, it has been so different. Kids didn't act like they come back, and their tolerance levels were so low. Kids, especially in Jamaica, you're watching the videos, kids stabbing up kids, kids killing kids. I'm not saying it wasn't happening in America too, but it just seemed like some of the things that were going on was like, oh my God, it's so unreal. But stress is not good. It's never good. And people have to understand that. Stress is never good. And when you bottle it up inside, it makes it worse. Talk to people. A lot of people go to the doctor and then say, oh, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. But what's going on? They can't tell, because stress just eats away at your body. You might not have a pain here or pain there, but there's just something wrong that you cannot pick yourself up and just live, and you're dwindling away, and it's just that stress is there. And until you get rid of it, talk to people. There are people out there you can talk to who can just uplift your spirit. Talk to people. Talk to people, and let people hear your story, and let people tell you, look here, me there, I've been there too. And when I was there, this is what I did to pick myself up. Every situation is different. But if we talk and we encourage one another, then it makes a lot of difference. So, again, if you have not yet subscribed to Little J Plays, as I said, you might go over there. She now does the games. But please support her still, guys. Whether you like the content is the content, just helping people to grow. And the people are going to love it, but they will not know about it unless we share. So we share it, and those who enjoy it can enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, just still leave her your subscription and keep going and go support Miss Bev's Productions. So make sure that you like up the videos, guys. Watch them and like them. And as I said, I commit my Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. with all of you, so we can just chat. So if you could leave, absolutely, Miss Marva. Exactly, my sister. Personal testimonies. When we tell people where we have been, people can stop and say, Dad, it's not so bad after all. Let people know to get up, you know. And as I say, Bev Brown is a living testimony here. When I see Bev Brown's, and oh my God, and she was just going through menopause, was something that she didn't even understand it. That it's something that we all go through, and we all feel. And I said, Bev Brown, you're not alone. You're not alone. Thank God I have a job I wasn't going to. So when the times come, I tell you, when I sweat, when you look under here, my clothes were so wet. The kids, please look, your shirt is wet. What was I going to do? Was I going to run away and hide and be embarrassed? And I just tell the kids, listen, it's just that I'm healthy. Healthy people, my pores are good and open, and I sweat a lot. But I never took it, I never make it embarrassment. I didn't. You know, one time I felt funny because everybody was standing in the space and was so nice and dry, and I was just sweating, just sweating. And I just laughed at it. I said, oh my God, they probably think I'm an alcoholic and I don't even drink. But it's the fact that, if people know, then people can drag you out of it. Tough love sometimes, but we can drag you out. We can help you out of it. So yes, personal testimonies. when you can tell somebody, I've been there. I've been there. And I learned to brush things off and I learned to just go. I learned to get rid of people who are stressors and just go. I learned to be thankful for what I have and I just go. I learn to help those I can help, and who I can't help, it's okay. I pray for them or find somebody who can help them and just go. But don't sit there and, my God, I could do that for them, but I don't have it. I don't have it. Stop it. If you don't have it, you just don't have it. And a lot of times we do have it. Because if we have a dumpling and cut a piece, give them, it stop the hunger pain for a moment. We don't have to have a lot in order to share, you know. So, yes, guys, thanks for joining. Thank you for your input. And if somebody could thank you, my son, for my, I don't even have the music to play for my, what do you call this? My super chat. Thank you for appreciating my work, son. I thank you so, so much. Thank you for being who you guys are. I pray and thank God for you every day. Thank you. Um, so if somebody could just leave an idea in the comments as to something they would want me to go do some little look up on and to come and present it to you along with my experiences, if I so have some experiences on the matter, I will appreciate it. And again, I must say thank you guys for hanging out with Miss Bev tonight. I so, so, so appreciate it. Thank you. And by the way, guys, Bev Brown went live yesterday. Unfortunately, the sound part of it wasn't so great, but that was her first live, and I love that she's trying. I thank you, Sat Sat, for helping your grandmother to just continue to grow step by step. She's over 700 subscribers and counting, and I think now they're allowing 500 subscribers with 3,000 watch hours to become monetized. So, Bev Brown, go do your thing. Sat Sat, do the research. It's all there. Type in the question how to become monetized with 500 subs and 300 watch hours, 3,000 watch hours, and help your grandma to become monetized because she's there. Thanks to everyone for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Thank you. Can be good, be careful, walk good, do good, live good. It's a good thing. Blessings, my people, blessings. No more questions. I didn't say Ernestine. I said I didn't see. Not for Jamaica. Oh, did you check that out? Little, I didn't check it out. I know she might need an account or something, but not for Jamaica. I thought it was just any 3,000. When I was reading it, and it didn't stipulate. I thought it was just any 5,000 subs and 3,000 watch hours. It didn't stipulate, so I don't know. All right, but it's worth a look into. But she has 700 subs and growing, so please drop the link again so that if okay, so all right, so both of you have done the research. Thanks to both of you, Miss Marva. You did look into it too. I didn't know. Ouch! I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Well, just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. You'll get there. You'll get there. You'll get there. You'll get there. Guys, I see 7 people in the house and I see 8 people. I only have 4 likes. Please remember to, I know some people watch on the TV. That's what the thing I'll have to get used to. That some people watch on the television. And if you watch on the television, it's hard to comment and it's hard to like. But then get on your phone, guys. You have your smartphones. Get on there. Ooh, US, UK, Canada. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you, little J. You're always on point. Wow. Sorry, guys, but just keep pumping. You'll get to your 1,000 and get it done the right way then. Get it done. So I'm hoping that wherever you are, guys, that you're okay. I know that Might not be perfect. Oh, they added more. Okay. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed that they add Jamaica in there. There's so many people in Jamaica fighting and fighting every day. They have so much content in Jamaica. It is just so, the sunsets are beautiful. I know Miss Ruby, and thank you guys who have congratulated Miss Ruby. Miss Ruby and Gully got married on the 6th, I think it was. And I did post in the community page. So if you haven't, you can jump over there and just give them a thumbs up and leave a word of blessings for them. In these days, it's not easy, but again, marriages are not, it's not, it's a work in progress. And there's no perfection, as I said. We have to find a way to make sure that we are content, that we are not dependent on other people to make those things happen for us. So we are not going in expecting too much and then we become frustrated. We have to go in accepting people where they are, and together we grow and build and laugh and love and laugh some more and go on from day to day. It's a one day at a time thing. So let's not go in with unexpected expectations. You have to find a way to live too. And so evaluate and you look at the balance. We talk about an equally yoked, and everybody look at the church and say, oh, if they're Christian, you shouldn't marry to somebody who's not a Christian. That's not the only reason for unequally yoked. There are other reasons. And so we have to make sure that as we're getting involved into it, that God is part of it. And so that we can when the storms come, we can survive the storms. Oh, Marmar, it means that you just need a YouTube. You just have to have a Gmail account, Marmar. If you have a Gmail account, make it simple. Just create when you go to the thing, just create an account and put in your birth date, something you can remember as your password. And so when you do that, then you're able to access things. When they say log in, that's all that is, just to log in. So I'm hoping, guys, that you're okay. Just make it okay. Make it okay. Make it okay. Feel uplifted. Feel loved. Feel loved. Sing a song or two. I love the hymns from the Seventh-day Adventist hymnal. I whistle them. I sing them. My brother, he always, when he walks around in here, he sings, he leadeth, I think, he leadeth me. And he's always whistling that tune. And I hear him and then I sing. So your environment is what to uplift you. If it's a pleasant environment, you're going to feel good. If it's miserable and frustrating, then it's going to take a toll on you. Yeah, create a little account, Marmar, and simple account, nothing fussy, and at gmail.com. And because Gmail is what controls YouTube. So it was good to be here. I'm gonna go work on that other video because I have to put pieces together. And so I am thankful to all of you. Much love to all of you. And I think I need to call my my grandchildren back and just have a quick talk with them. But if you think of any ideas, please just drop it in the link so I could see if I select from that for next week. Oh, Marmar. Okay. Thank you, Miss Marva, for and guys, Little J plays. Could you drop could you drop the link for the Charles Fort Lauderdale, please? She has two links. What's the other one, Miss Marva? And if I could make you a moderator right now. Yep. All right. So I think, Miss Marva, you can drop your own link right now. Um, Little J plays. Very good. Bev Brown, you're a moderator too. You got to learn to drop your link, Bev Brown. Where's Satara? All right. So guys, so Satara, you also become a moderator. So yes, she has another one. It's tatting away with, what is it? Tatting away with what is it, Miss Marva? Tatting away with Marva? I think it is tatting away with Miss Marva, something like that. It's where she does the tatting, like crocheting. All right, so tat away with Marva. Could you find that and drop her link too, please? So, guys, if you have the little thing there, that little blue coat, whatever that is, I think you're able to drop your own link. I think that can happen. So please check out Little J Plays. Right. And Tataway Miss Marva, get over there, guys, and show her some love. She does. She. Oh, I saw. Oh, she's in Fort Lauderdale with those beautiful garden, and we see the planting from beginning to end. She has a thing there that shoots twice on one thing. She has a lot of things that you're just like the June plum, the guava. They have really used their land well down there in the part of Florida beautifully. They plant the pineapple, they get their naseberries, you name it, they have it. Sweet potatoes, you name it, hog plums or whatever plum they call them. I'm sorry. Um, it's just awesome. And so please support them. When you see their space down there, what they did with it, you don't miss Jamaica at all. It's like you're looking at a Jamaican backyard with all of the stuff that they have provided there. And her tatting, I do crocheting, but she does tatting. And she did a video some time ago where she taught people how to tat. I think she was with Jalicia, and then she was on they invited her on a live there. But I cannot get it. I cannot do the whole thing where she pull and I can't get it. But I crochet. So one night I'm just gonna sit and crochet with us. So go over and support, guys. Go over and support. Each one helps one. I didn't just get to 2,370 subs by myself. I couldn't have done it. There were people who supported me along the way, and we keep on supporting each other. Because we're here for, we want our work to be seen, but we also want to get to a good level on these platforms. So let us support. So go over and support her. And also we have Little J Plays, or we have Bev Live with Bev Brown, Life with Bev Brown, and Bev Brown is our own chef and manager for the Blessing Soup Kitchen Sunday. I'm sure we're going to have a video because we're going to be cooking. We also have the lady in St. Elizabeth, who is Bev Brown's cousin, and she has a coop that she has a section there where we're going to be putting 25 chickens, and that will help um, to keep the soup kitchen going. So we're doing good things, guys, for the needy, and I'm thankful for all of you who have supported and encouraged, never gave up. You donated your funds. You were not, you didn't criticize. You supported and supported. So again, I was saying some names. I can't remember all the names, but you know, if I didn't say Randolph, you from the UK, never cease to amaze. Shadina, all of you who have donated and supported. And I said my aunt who met Bev Brown in Montego Bay and helped to get things going. Um, who else? Who else in Jamaica? But all of you who send funds, you know who you are, and I'm trying to make sure. Oh, that I can say that to you, Sophia, that that is a big one because you have to be so careful. You have to be so careful because some people, I remember some years ago, another teacher, this was years ago, so I can talk about it. I don't think she really understood the children that she worked with. She was very, it's like something is going on and she'll just wave her hand, so whatever. And I couldn't stand it. And one morning, something was going on, and I saw one of my students standing outside. I said, "What happened?" And she had literally took the kids' books from the classroom and put them on the floor. So when I saw that, I told the kid, I said, "Go into the classroom." And I went, and she went into her room, and I went to the door, and I said to her, "You need to pick those books up." Now, my thing was, I wasn't angry, but I guess I'm a black woman, so I look, I don't know. But it bothered me that a teacher, an adult, would put a child's books on the floor and tell the kid, go pick it up. Who does that? And I says, nope, she's not going to pick it up today. You need to pick up her books, put it on the desk, and let her come in and pick it up. And she dodged around in the room, peeking out, watching to see if I was gone and doing all these little silly things. And I stood right there. And when she realized I wasn't moving, she stepped past me at the door and she went pick up the kids' book and put them on the desk. I said, thank you very much. And so it went on until I had a hard talk with her because I said, don't you ever underestimate these children. Don't you ever look down on them. Don't do it. But this guy who was the union rep, he said I was intimidating this woman. The woman wants to be my friend. I said, I'm not here to look friends. I'm here to do a job. I am cordial to everyone, but you're not going to mistreat these children. Eventually, she did something silly and it was called up by somebody covering her class. Had nothing to do with me. But I was able to write in the investigation to just say what I saw happened that day. And she was never allowed to come back and teach in that school district. So sometimes it can be hard because when you take a stance, people look at you and think that they give you names. But you have to be strong, but in being strong, you have to also don't be a pushover. Stand up for what you're believing, but soft answers turn with the way around, and you can, I don't know. It's not easy. It's not easy. That's a really interesting topic. I'm going to look at it, but I'm going to tell you now that it's not easy because sometimes just the way you look, people think that you shouldn't speak. Sometimes because of your education status, people think that you have no right to speak. And even when you have the education, they find other reasons to make you feel like you're not supposed to. So when you look at people paying you to do work, and then you have people who are set in managerial positions who will throw you under the bus for just because they have a title, it's not easy. It's the new norm today where people just don't care because you are replaceable. So if we can start our own businesses, people, and just rise up and just do well, just sometimes you just don't bother with some things because you'll never win. You'll never win. And you look at the guys with the hotel down there in Jamaica. I was following his story, that he was just speaking about how much they were getting paid and what they were forced to do every day. More was added, and yet their pay never changed. And when he spoke out and he went for the job, he got there, and all of a sudden he got there, and all of a sudden, no, they didn't need him. And so people start blacklisting people because they speak out. So it's a catch 22. What do you do? Speak out and walk out. But what do you walk out to? Do you have anything to walk out to? So it's just how life is. Any more questions? Sophia said, well said. But it's the truth though. That's how it is. Nobody, there's no loyalty anymore. People talk about what about loyalty? Loyalty. People are not loyal. People will sell you out for just that. And when people decide to say things, like people don't stop to say, let me look at it with common sense. And a lot of that is missing. That's not the new norm. We want to see common sense becoming a new norm. That people don't just grab onto things and run with it, but look at it and say, why would why would that? You know, and before they run and say, this person, this or that. You're working in a situation, you've been working for years, and then it take one new person to come in and start something, and all of a sudden you, who was there forever, get the blame and get pushed out. But there's a logic behind it too, because you who have been there long ago probably is making a certain amount of money that if you get pushed out, it will save the boss some money. So they will definitely get rid of you. The world is what it is. So, my people, I'm here, and I'm thankful. I see 6 people in the house, and I still have 5 likes. But I appreciate the likes. I appreciate it. I'm not going to say a word. I'm grateful that you're here keeping my company, and it feels good. I love to see your faces. And I didn't see Jet tonight. I hope that Jet is okay. I didn't see Ernestine. Maybe she fell asleep because their time in the UK is different. Um, I didn't see some people who usually is here, but I thank those of you who have shown your faces and contributed to the conversation as you hang out with me. So again, thank you. And when you watch the video and you see the links, please, I'm asking you to go over and support, because I do go around and support some people too. Sometimes they don't come back and support me, but I do go around and support those I see coming 200 subscribers and they're trying. I try to support them because I know the goal is getting to 1,000. We all want to get to that 1,000, and then we can take our time and grow onward. So help them, guys. Help them. Share the videos. Share them, and so that others can um can get on board. So you're gonna have a great night, my people. Yeah. So yeah, so Satara, you're young and growing up, girl, and you just have to have a strong backbone where you create your stuff so you can be independent, and even if you're working with someone, but develop that independence that what, if I'm going to cook and start my own little business, it doesn't have to be grand. You just need to start, and whatever it is, but just know the challenges are real. And you don't have to do one darn thing wrong. People are hiring you now today. There you have no union to back you. People can just tell you don't show up tomorrow, and you can't fight them. You can't do a thing more than just take your things and go home, because they have that right. So be aware of those things. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Marva. Thank you for joining. Thank you for contributing to the conversation. Thank you. And to everyone, I say stay blessed again. Have a great night's rest. And after you sleep and wake, watch the video again and again. And there's so many videos and playlists there to watch. Watch them, people, and give Miss Bev a thumbs up, leave a little message, and I will respond to them. And share them on your WhatsApp link, guy. When you go on, you'll see the little arrow that tells you. When you go on to the videos, you'll see the little arrow that tells you. I am live, right? So when you go on, I don't know if you can see. You see that little arrow right here? See that arrow right there? When you press on that arrow, it's going to give you options. All right, so I'm going to do that. So, you see that little arrow right here? See that arrow right there? So it says share. So when you click the share button, when you press on that arrow, it's going to give you options. You see that? It's all those pictures that come up. It gives you WhatsApp. It gives you. Right, so I'm going to do that. Right, the first one is WhatsApp. You see that? WhatsApp. If you hit your WhatsApp, it show you everybody on there. And I'm going to hit Bev Brown. I hit Bev Brown. And I press send. All those pictures that come up. Right? And now Bev Brown has the link. It's going to tell me. And I send it. So right there, see, Bev Brown has it to watch when she gets a chance. WhatsApp. So that's it, guys. Just hit it. Just hit the darn share. And the share will give you the options to choose from. So have a good night now. I see 3 of you are still with me. Good night. Rest well. Love, love, love to all of you. Take good care of yourselves as you adjust to the new norms. And just don't let anything stress you out. Just live and let live. Good night, everybody. Take care. Good night. Good night.